Welcome back to B&B for Phone, the only place you need to be for the hottest, most explosive daytime drama discussions. Today is a truly beautiful day to dissect the absolute chaos unfolding in Los Angeles. Grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get ready to uncover some of the most mind-blowing secrets hiding in the shadows of Forrester Creations. We seriously need to talk about the elephant in the room regarding the latest episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful. Can you believe the absolute emotional roller coaster we have been riding with the younger generation lately? We just witnessed Dylan making that devastating, heartbreaking decision to pack up and move out of Will Spencer's beach house. Sydney Bullock is acting her heart out, and I am entirely here for it. Dylan essentially sacrificed her own living situation and her growing connection with Will just to preserve her so-called friendship with Elektra. That's crazy. Let's be honest. Elektra has been acting incredibly stuck-up and controlling recently, and Dylan deserves so much better than being caught in the crossfire of Ivy Forrester's toxic machinations. But here's the surprise that has the entire fandom buzzing. We still have absolutely no idea who Dylan really is. The show has deliberately kept her biological parents a total secret, and you just know that in the soap opera world, a hidden identity is never just a coincidence. It is a ticking time bomb waiting to detonate. Right now, the rumor mill is spinning out of control, and the suspense is practically killing us. There are so many wild theories floating around the internet about Dylan's true lineage. Because the writers are giving us a somewhat slow-paced plot regarding her background, fans are filling in the blanks. Some viewers are heavily speculating that she might be the daughter of Dylan Shaw and Jessica Forrester from decades ago. That would certainly explain her name and give her a neat little tie to the show's rich history. It would be a fun nod for longtime viewers to see successor characters pop up from forgotten storylines. But honestly, I feel like that might be a little too obscure for the massive plot twists we usually expect during May sweeps. And you won't believe what happens next in the rumor mill. Other fans are terrified that Dylan might be the long-lost daughter of the diabolical Sheila Carter. Oh my gosh, can you even imagine? We already know Sheila is gearing up to unleash absolute hell on Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes just in time for May sweeps. If Dylan turns out to be Sheila's secret offspring, that would make her inherently dangerous, completely flipping her sweet former school teacher persona upside down. Alternatively, some think she might carry the dark, ruthless genes of Massimo Marone. We are already seeing R.J. Forrester heavily channeling his Massimo heritage by aggressively badmouthing the Spencers and physically fighting Will at the office. If Dylan shares that Marone bloodline, her current alliance with Daphne to expose Ivy might just be the beginning of a ruthless corporate streak. But let's get down to the real meat of the discussion today. Here at B&B for Phone, we have our own massive, earth-shattering theory. What if Dylan is actually Ridge Forrester's long-lost daughter? Amazing. Just think about it for a second. Ridge has a notorious history of wandering eyes, secret flings, and complicated romantic entanglements. It is entirely plausible within the show's internal logic that Dylan's mother had a passionate, secret affair with Ridge years ago, became pregnant, and quietly disappeared from Los Angeles to raise her child in peace. What do you think about Dylan being Ridge's daughter? Let's discuss exactly how this story could unfold and whether it will turn out as we predicted, because the psychological fallout of this revelation would completely fracture the Forrester family. I absolutely love this theory because of the sheer destruction it would cause to the current power dynamics at Forrester Creations. Right now, the corporate landscape is a total battlefield. We all know Liam Spencer is relentlessly pressuring Hope to abandon Forrester and jump ship to Katie Logan's new Logan Fashion House. Hope is stubbornly refusing, and instead she is urging her mother, Brooke, to pursue the co-CEO position to protect Hope for the future. And let me tell you, I absolutely despise how Brooke is handling this. Brooke literally waited until Ridge got home and made a highly seductive, manipulative offer to replace Steffy as co-CEO. Ridge, being the weak-willed man he often is when faced with Brooke's charms, actually agreed to consider this massive co-CEO swap. Steffy is going to completely blow her top when she finds out. Now, inject a brand new biological daughter of Ridge into this exact volatile scenario. If Dylan is revealed to be Ridge's flesh and blood, Brooke's entire world would shatter. Brooke is fiercely, almost obsessively protective of Hope and Jay's legacies. A new Forrester heir suddenly appearing out of nowhere is Brooke's absolute worst nightmare. Brooke would view Dylan not as a sweet former receptionist, but as a direct, terrifying threat to her family's inheritance and her own desperate power grab. Brooke would likely launch a vicious psychological warfare campaign against Dylan to discredit her, which would inevitably push Ridge away. We all know how Ridge gets when he feels his children are being attacked. He would fiercely defend his new daughter, completely derailing Brooke's seductive manipulation tactics. And what about Steffy? Steffy is currently dealing with the chaotic fallout of Ivy's intercepted letter scheme. Elektra is threatening to quit if Steffy doesn't fire Ivy, and Steffy is already fed up with the endless drama. But wait, who was the whistleblower that helped expose Ivy's toxic behavior? It was Dylan. Dylan and Daphne teamed up to bring Ivy down. If Steffy finds out that the girl who saved her company from Ivy's manipulation is actually her own half-sister, Steffy might instantly bond with her. I would completely love to see Steffy take Dylan under her wing, forming a powerful sisterly alliance just to spite Brooke. Steffy has always wanted a loyal sibling by her side who isn't brainwashed by the Logans. Dylan could become Steffy's ultimate weapon in the boardroom war against Brooke and Hope. But here is where the plot twists get incredibly dark and messy. Let's talk about Jay Forrester. Right now, Jay is aggressively pursuing Elektra, deflecting from his rivalry with Will by kissing Elektra's hands and lips in the showroom. But Jay has also been sharing scenes and crossing paths with Dylan. If Dylan turns out to be Ridge's daughter, that makes her Jay's half-sister. We are potentially looking at a massive, uncomfortable, classic soap opera near-miss romance scenario. The psychological horror Jay would face upon realizing he was unknowingly flirting with or feeling a connection to his own sister would be phenomenal television. It would completely humble his current arrogant, Massimo-fueled ego trip. Furthermore, let's look at the Spencer family's involvement in this massive theory. Will Spencer just shared a deeply bittersweet goodbye with Dylan. He let her pirouette right out of his life so he could go try and repair the massive damage with Elektra. But Will is currently furious with Jay, and he is fiercely defending the Spencer name. Imagine the sheer regret Will is going to feel if he discovers that the incredible, selfless woman he just let walk out the door is actually Forrester royalty. Will might suddenly realize that he gave up a genuine, grounded connection for Elektra's stuck-up drama. This would instantly reignite the love quadrangle, but this time, Will would be desperately chasing Dylan, who is now protected by the impenetrable fortress of Ridge and Steffy Forrester. Elektra would absolutely lose her mind with jealousy. Elektra currently thinks she is the center of the universe, with both Will and Jay fighting over her. But if Dylan is elevated to the status of Ridge's daughter, Elektra becomes nothing more than the niece of a disgraced, potentially fired employee in Ivy. The power shift would be magnificent to watch. Elektra's entire career was built on the foundations laid by Ivy and Quinn, but Dylan would have the ultimate trump card, Forrester blood. Let's also connect this to the broader canvas. While the Forrester family is imploding over a secret paternity scandal, Katie Logan Spencer would have the perfect distraction to execute her ruthless business moves. Donna's currently warning Katie to back off from poaching Hope, terrified of igniting a severe family feud with Brooke. Katie argues that business is business. If Brooke is completely distracted by fighting off Ridge's new daughter, Katie could easily swoop in, capitalize on the chaos, and lure Hope away to the Logan fashion house once and for all. The ripple effects of Dylan's identity would touch literally every single character on the show. Even Carter and Daphne would be impacted. Daphne is currently facing severe personal heartbreak, dealing with devastating infertility fears, and scheduling doctor's appointments to look into surrogacy or adoption. Daphne has been teaming up with Dylan to expose Ivy. If Dylan suddenly inherits millions and immense corporate power, she could become a massive benefactor or supporter for Daphne and Carter's journey to start a family, cementing a lifelong loyalty between them. The suspense is truly at an all-time high. The writers have laid the perfect groundwork for a massive reveal. Dylan's mysterious background, her strategic placement in the middle of the Forrester-Spencer war, and her natural chemistry with the entire cast just scream secret heir. Ridge Forrester has lived a life full of secrets, but a hidden daughter walking right into the lobby of his own company and getting a job as a receptionist? That is the kind of poetic, dramatic irony that makes daytime television so incredibly addictive. Will our B&B for phone prediction come true? Will Dylan be the catalyst that finally breaks Brooke's hold over Ridge, empowers Steffy, and leaves Will Spencer drowning in regret? We want to hear every single one of your thoughts. Dive into the comments section below and tell us if you think Dylan is Ridge's daughter, Sheila's spawn, or someone else entirely. Keep your eyes glued to the screen, because May sweeps are approaching fast, and the fallout is guaranteed to be spectacular.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.